Hi everyone. So right now I am on my computer and I've got the ferriswheelpress.sg website here, and we'll navigate to the menu on the side to new releases, and then you've got the Harry Potter Collection Kickstarter page. If you click on that, it will bring you directly to the Kickstarter website, and this is where the Harry Potter Kickstarter is being hosted. So what I found really interesting about this is they always end up fulfilling their Kickstarter like really quickly. So it says fully funded in under 1 hour, and some of the products are offered only for a limited time. So if you are interested in any of the products that are coming out, it's best to try to do this as soon as possible. Now, as we are nearing the end of the Kickstarter, I want to kind of show you what it would be like to go through this whole process. So, navigating all the way to this section, design and development, the magic behind the brand, or behind the magic behind the making. So, I thought this was a really nice look behind the scenes. They come up with why they started doing this. So, the world of Harry Potter sparked a lifelong love of creativity, curiosity, and the belief that even ordinary objects can carry extraordinary meaning. So, I really like that. And I really liked looking at the sketches and the images that they produced as kind of the initial thought process behind this entire collection. So this one is for the Gryffindor house. You've got all this imagery of the lion and bravery, and they really tried to incorporate a lot of details. Here is for the Slytherin house with the snake. And then even for packaging, they really imagined what presentation would be the best for their product. Like this is like a little Velcro, little hinge door where you can see the inside as well. And then this is the design process of each of the Houses of Hogwarts. At Ferris Press, illustration is at the heart of how we tell stories. For the Houses of Hogwarts collection, each package has been thoughtfully hand illustrated to reflect the spirit and charm of its house. But there's a lot of interesting details that they show in these photos. This is probably their third or fourth launch on Kickstarter already, so they really have it down with the imagery and all of the story that they're telling. But I really liked how they kind of worded this. Some ideas begin like the flicker of a wand in the dark, small, bright, and full of promise. The Houses of Hogwarts writing collection was born from that same spark of inspiration, shaped by a story that many of us grew up with, one that continues to stir our imaginations and creative ambitions. Talks about Ferris Wheel Press, and then it goes into how to pledge. So first you need to sign up for a Kickstarter account, and then you start to decide what products that you would like to receive in your pledge. And it's very important to talk about this, is where each of the items are being shipped to. So you can ship to Canada, United States, United Kingdom, Germany, France, Finland, Italy, Poland, Spain, Austria, Netherlands, Belgium, Bulgaria, Norway, Switzerland, Ireland, Denmark, Greece, Sweden, Turkey, Hungary, Slovenia, Cyprus, Portugal, Croatia, Malta, Singapore, China, India, Indonesia, Japan, Macau, Hong Kong, Malaysia, Philippines, South Korea, Taiwan, Thailand, Vietnam, New Zealand, and Australia. And also, there is a issue, I think, with tariffs. I'm not quite sure how that is going to be addressed. I have asked about this through the Ferris Wheel Press contact that I have, but did not receive a response at this time. And then it kind of talks about the pledge amount, which should match the amount of the reward or the product that you're trying to purchase. Pledging more than the required amount is possible because you can kind of just show your support. There's also a tier where you receive nothing, but you can pay for just kind of sharing your support of this product, of this campaign. And then here are the tiers of the rewards. So the early bird is completely gone by now, but essentially you have a choice of 3 different writing options. The first one is a dabbler pen, and then you have the carousel fountain pen, and these are all always in each of the houses. And then the third option of the writing instrument is the jewel fountain pen, and this is one of the most, I think, well-made items of their writing products. The jewel and the marquee pen, which I just did a review on, the 2 of those are the ones that can have the Yovo number 6 interchangeable nibs with the Adventures collection. And I think that, honestly, this is the best pen that Ferris Press offers. So the next exciting part is they have these really beautiful Houses of Hogwarts signature ink. And so each 38 milliliter signature ink bottle has this very fun cap that represents the House of Hogwarts. So for Gryffindor, you've got the lion, the snake is for Slytherin, you've got the raven for Ravenclaw, and then the badger for the Hufflepuff. It's a badger, right? And so they have the different combinations. So you've got both of the carousel fountain pen and the dabbler pen. You get the 10 milliliter ink pots of each of those houses. And then when you kind of increase the amount you're pledging, you can purchase the full 38 milliliter bottles. And this is where you talk about it. So Kickstarter is $99 for this combination. And then when it goes on the website, it will be priced higher at $120. I'm pretty sure these are all American dollars, actually. So then you move on to the Sorcerer's Signature Writing Set, which is a higher tier. And this is where you would be able to purchase the jewel fountain pen and the 38 milliliter full bottle of signature ink. And they are grouped together by houses. So you've got the Gryffindor house, Slytherin, Ravenclaw, and Hufflepuff. My cat is in the background. Okay, and then you can go even further, and you can go and purchase 3 of the same, 3 of the items from this, 3 of the offerings from the same house, where you've got the jewel fountain pen, the 38 milliliter ink, and the carousel with the 10 milliliter ink. And then if you wanted to do the next step up, you get to pick 2 houses of the 4. So if you wanted to mix and match, like maybe in your household you have a Gryffindor and a Ravenclaw, you can get 6 items in this tier. And then we've got the entire full collection, which is called the Hogwarts Signature Collection, where you get a jewel fountain pen, 10 milliliter ink, and the 38 milliliter signature ink. That doesn't actually quite make sense. I think this is just, you get all of them for $1,099. You get 4. So 4 pens, 4 10 milliliter ink, and 4 38 milliliter signature inks. Yeah, that was a typo. And then the final, most complete version is the Hogwarts Alumni, where you get 4 jewel fountain pens, 4 signature inks, 4 carousel fountain pen, plus the 10 milliliter ink, and the dabbler set with the 10 milliliter ink in all 4 houses. Right? That makes more sense. And then in any tier that you are pledging for, you can do add-ons. So adding on for $29, you can add on a dabbler set, or you can add on a carousel fountain pen with 10 milliliter ink for $49, or you can add on any of your inks for $55 each, or you can add on a jewel fountain pen for $250. So hopefully that makes sense. So for the timeline, in August 2024, they already started to do market research, and lots of revisions were happening. In January, they already started packaging design, and then they planned the campaign from March to July. From August, this is where the Kickstarter campaign starts, and then 2025 of September is now when they're kind of finalizing all of the production numbers. And October and November essentially is when the entire campaign will come to a close, and everybody should be able to get all their Kickstarter backed items in November 2025. So it's a pretty quick timeline now, from now to when you receive the product. So this is the really fun part of taking a look at each of the inks. So the original Gryffindor house is like a red with this like golden shimmer. And then here's Slytherin house, green with silver shimmer. Kind of looks like there would be a bit of sheening as well, like a dark sheening. And then for Ravenclaw, you've got like a blue. I think it's kind of a silver, or it kind of looks like duochrome, like a pinky silver, right? Kind of there. And then the yellow for Hufflepuff also has a yellow shimmer, which I think it should be, I thought it was supposed to be like more of a golden shimmer for Hufflepuff. I guess it would just be yellow on yellow. And then stretch goals are goals that they, or products that they release based on how much support they're getting. So just say everything is all backed, they start to launch different types of inks as bonus add-ons that you can add directly to your order. So this one is the current one that is being added because the previous two I think already sold out. This Mirror of Ursud has already been released and sold out. Looks like pretty light though, but the shimmer is really interesting. It's like a blue kind of iridescence to it. And the Sorting Hat was released. I think it's already sold out, or it's being sold out. It's being sold now. And this is quite interesting. It's kind of like a brown, bronzy base with a pink shimmer. Very interesting color. Hit rewards up on top, and then you can pledge, choose after. So just say I was to pledge this one, you would select the country, and then you can figure out how much to include for shipping. So you don't actually get to choose each item until later. They'll send over, from what I remember at least, for the previous Kickstarter campaigns, they will send you a survey afterwards to get the final number. So once this is all closed, you pledge and pay, and then afterwards they figure out which item, like which house that you select. There is a new stretch goal that was released. So let's go back to campaign. And here is the stretch goal. So, so Sorting Hat, I guess, has been sold out as well. So the ones that are sold out is the Sorting Hat and Mirror of Ursud. And now the new stretch goal. So the newest stretch goals are here for the Golden Snitch, Fountain Pen ink. And there should be one more. the newest reward. It's a limited edition Sorcerer's Stone. And it says today, at 12 p.m. EST, the final chapter of our Property of Hogwarts collection will be revealed. So the initial four inks are called Houses of Hogwarts, and then the next four is Property of Hogwarts, which are items. So this one is a signature ink, radiant orange-red ink illuminated with rose gold shimmer. Like the legendary stone itself, this powerful hue glows with the warmth of transfiguration forged for those who chase eternity. So launching first on Kickstarter with early supporter pricing, and you can add it to your pledge. So that is the final reveal of Hogwarts, the Houses of Hogwarts and Property of Hogwarts collection. And I think that is it. I'm going to show some photos now of some campaign photos, like very professionally done ones.